Hey, we're here with another Business Spotlight interview. I'm Nate Woods with Action Coach. I'm here with Craig and Sue. If you would just take a moment to introduce yourselves, please.
Hello, I'm Craig Allen. This is my wife, Sue, and together we own and operate the Flying Locksmiths of Atlanta. We've been in Atlanta since the very first part of the 1990s, and we've raised our family here, and Atlanta is most definitely our home.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about your business, the Flying Locksmiths. How long have you been doing that?
Gosh, we opened up in 2015. We're actually the third franchise location for the Flying Locksmiths, who is based out of Boston, Massachusetts. And now it was a great opportunity. We're now, I think the corporately there's about 100 locations nationwide. So we were happy to get in at the ground floor of this whole thing, and it's just been a lot of fun. And we offer a complete, really, line of security products. Physical security is kind of how we market ourselves, because we offer everything from access control to master keyed systems. We work and repair automatic operating doors, and we do everything all the way down to what you would think, right? Flying locksmiths, locks and keys. We do that too. So
Awesome, awesome. So you guys really got in kind of at the ground level of the franchise there and have seen it grow tremendously. Tell me, where are your goals? Where do you want to take your company long term?
oh man, we've been really blessed. Like I said, we got in on the ground floor, and it was nice because when the Flying Locksmiths started, and this goes back to, like I said, they've been in business since 1946 out of Boston, and it really was door hardware and locks and keys. And so that's where we started. But as the business has grown, and we've had a lot of the owners have come in with different levels of expertise, and as we've watched the industry grow, we've been able to tailor our product offering to a lot more than just locks and keys. So now, we're with the access control, it's a huge segment, and we're really happy to be deeply entrenched in that. And we have a lot of solutions because our motto is, if it's on a door, we handle it. And that means a lot of things now that it used to just mean a lock and key, but anymore it's a lot of stuff. So we've been able to grow with that and expand with that, and it's been fun. So where do we want to take it? I don't know. Business keeps changing, and then we've watched the security industry change a lot in the last decade, and it's going to keep changing, and we're going to be right there changing with it.
Yeah, yeah. So obviously, as that changes and evolves, you've got a broad product offering. Tell me, who is your ideal client? Who are you really looking to help?
It is a broad range, right? The ideal client. I mean, I could say it as simple as say, whoever has a door, right? But we're primarily commercial focused. That's what we do. We work business to business. And so we find the sectors that we deal with most are property managers that are handling multifamily sites. We work a lot with retail and office spaces, but we also do a fair bit in the healthcare industry. And we work with that. We work with schools,
Churches.
yeah, churches. There's just it's a broad range, but those are kind of some of the verticals that we tend to focus on.
Yeah, perfect, perfect. So you've been in this business for a while now. I'm sure you've seen some different things. You've obviously made it through COVID in the business. So tell me, what's a mistake that you've made or a lesson you learned throughout this process that any owner could learn from, irregardless of their industry?
Yeah, well, that one's for me, that was trying to do all of this on my own. I mean, outside of the technical work, because that's not where we're at with this, right? We've been blessed with really fantastic technicians, but trying to run the business aspect of this on my own for the first number of years that was a big mistake. My strong suit is more out in front of people and the sales aspect, and self-admittedly, I suck at the administrative part of things, but I was trying to handle that. And so whenever I finally got smart enough to bring in administrative help, it changed a lot of things. And so, yeah, my recommendation would be early on, figure out what your strength is, focus on your strength, and bring others alongside you that can pick up the other pieces of that.
Absolutely.
We started the business in 2015. I did not come on board until 2019.
Okay.
I stayed with the corporate office that I was currently working with. And so we've been working this since 2019 together.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is awesome. So tell me a little bit, as you worked through that process and learning that, did you have a good coach or a good mentor that kind of helped you evolve and helped you build that out?
Yeah, we really, I can think of two in particular. Well, one's kind of a big, broad range, but we work really heavily with, and we have since before the business even opened, we worked with the Small Business Development Center, the SBDC, which is based out of University of Georgia. Mm-hmm. And they've been there kind of helping us, what do you do to start a business? What's the important thing to get working with just to get off the ground? And they gave me a lot of insights because I'd never been a business owner, into how to start a business, what to do with it. And then we touch base with them along the way. We've done that since we started, and they kind of coach us along the way. And we look at numbers, we look at books and strategies for going forward. And so they've been a great resource for us.
Absolutely. Then, that's awesome.
We are fortunate, and I don't know if other franchises are like this because we've never been in another franchise, but the TFL, that's, the short name, right? And so the TFL network is a great resource in and of itself. We have really 100 locations, and many of us share resources. We talk. We were just on a conference call earlier today with a lot of the other owners, and so we share. And the franchisor out of Boston is very good about bringing things along and helping us to run our business better. In particular, though, we have one office out of Jacksonville, Florida, and we've been very close with that owner for a number of years. And he's been an absolute godsend when it comes to just really mentoring us and coaching us through some of the more difficult times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I've been involved with several franchises and have coached a lot of franchisees. And I will say the culture at some of the franchises is just above and beyond some of the others. So the ability to communicate with other Flying Locksmiths within the network and actually learn and work with them, I think that's an awesome resource to have.
It really is.
So tell me a little bit, you touched on how quickly the security industry is evolving. What do you see the future? What does it look like? And what are some of the challenges you see as you work through that?
What does the future look like? Well, the future looks pretty good. I mean, the nice thing about this business is that the constant thing here that like I said, if it's on the door, we fix it, right? So doors aren't changing. People are still going in and out of doors. And so we see that as pretty much a constant. And I don't see anything coming down the pipe anytime real soon that's going to stop us from going in and out of doors. And as long as doors are working, people want to secure doors. And so that's what we're all about is securing spaces, securing different ways to secure doors, and helping people to be able to audit who's coming and going and all of that. So the future looks pretty good. It looks pretty bright. We think that there's always going to be a place for this kind of business.
Perfect. I love it. So you touched on this a little bit earlier with one of the lessons that you've learned, but if you had to recommend one thing to a young person starting their first business today, what would that be?
One thing is start it younger.
Yeah.
Start it younger.
If you can, start it younger. Don't start it when you're, when you're in your mid-50s. No, I don't know. I think any time really is a good time because, owning your own business is just a whole different thing, right? And it gives you a whole different sense of accomplishment and freedom. But I don't know that there is one thing. I can think of three things, and I'll, put them quickly. One would be to really think long and hard about the kind of business that you really want to get involved with, because you're going to be spending a lot of time with that business. Initially you'll probably be working in the business, and then eventually, if you manage it right, you'll be working on the business. But you want something that you're passionate about, something that'll keep your interest and really keep you going every day. I think that's critical. And then a second thing would be to really put together a solid business plan. And you need to do that before you start. You've got to have a rock solid business plan, something that you can refer back to and reference, something you can share with others so they understand and they can counsel kind of, yeah, this looks good, but you may want to think about that. It'll get you started in the right direction. And then once you're rolling, get in with some successful business owners and ask a lot of questions and listen with both ears, man, because these are the people that have made it. And they're gonna give you the lessons that you need. So those would be the three things I'd say.
Yeah, that's great advice. Great advice. So as we're wrapping up here, what is the best way for people to get in touch with you? How can they learn more about the Flying Locksmiths or connect with either Craig or Sue?
Well, you can go out, flyinglocksmiths.com will get you out to the website. And from there, from any place you're at, you can choose a location, around the country. And it'll put you right into that local office. There is a national number that people can call, 1-800-649-KEYS, and that'll get you to the national call center. For us locally here, our number is 404-939-2554, and we cover the greater Atlanta area as far as Fulton County, north of 20, and all of Cobb County.
Perfect. So I'll link all that information in the description so people can easily reference it. And as we wrap up today, my favorite question is, what most inspires you as you continue to move forward with the business today?
I don't know, Sue, what inspires you?
The growth.
Yeah.
I mean, just the growth in the franchisor. I mean, it's the only nationally locksmith company around. And, most of them are mom and pop outfits. So, to be a part of a franchise that has 100 and that is as new as it is.
Yeah. And I think, and also just the growth of the industry itself. Mm-hmm. We've watched so much change just in the time that we've been in this with access control. It used to be people had cards, right? And then they had the little prox fobs, right? The little bitty things. And then all of a sudden now, everything we put together for people, they're using their mobile phones. That's the key. And sometimes now it's even going into biometrics, it's changing, it's evolving, and it's fun to be there and be right in the midst of it. So it's great.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys again for joining me today. It was great to talk to you and learn a little bit about you and the business.
Absolutely. Thanks for the opportunity to share.